Vlog session number 2, November 29th, 2013. Today is kind of a sensitive topic. Today is kind of a sensitive topic in which I would like to discuss about, and it involves around my mental disorder or whatever you want to call it. I have been diagnosed with several types of illnesses or disorders. Number one is my anxiety disorder. Number 2 was my schizoaffective bipolar type number 2, which is now disbanded. And number 3 is my bipolar disorder. Um, Normally, I'm not a person who really likes to discuss about my illnesses because I felt that, talking about my mental health has been something I've never really been comfortable discussing, other than constant complaining with my loved ones that I have a lot of problems here and there. Um, Today's topic, I want to focus on sensory processing disorder or sensory processing information, and I feel that I seem to have some issue that makes me overall more sensitive to stimuli or certain stimuli that can make me feel very aggressive, angry, resilient, make me feel like I need to have time and space alone where I can recuperate from all this external stimuli. Now, to be honest with you, as I learned to grow up, I could swear that I feel there's something just not right with me. I I start to feel that I do have another illness which I never actually been labeled as, or I had this certain disorder which I believe I have, which is I believe I either have high functioning autism or I have Aspergers, because I've literally have been on 22 different drugs. I'll name them all if I can kind of remember them, but all in all, I have not had a lot of great experiences with drugs. They range from antidepressants, antipsychotics, anesthesia medications, as well as mood stabilizers. Back in 2008, I've been on. I wanted to first try a drug since my brother was also trying drugs because he was suffering from depression, but he started on a drug, so I decided to be on one, and the first drug I ever took was Paxil. Well, lo and behold, this is when my life started to crash and fall apart. I was not a happy camper. I was in school, struggling, really irritated with life itself because I simply just I absolutely hate adaptation. I'm very, very restrictive in my behavior. My thoughts can get really negative, and it can feed into that. Anyways, the first drug I ever was on was Paxil. Well, this is an antidepressant, and maybe after 2 weeks or so, I started experiencing a negative reaction, which is feeling drunk and in a drunken stupor. And well, I visited my family doctor, and he suggested that I had a reaction that is typical for people that have bipolar disorder. Basically, people have this level, all right? They got this level. It's kind of like midline there. Most people are midline. Well, people with bipolars go up and down, okay? Well, when you're on the peak, imagine you got a peak of mania, and then you take this drug, an antidepressant. Well, that skyrockets the mania upward, and he suggested, yup, that's what the hell I had. I had this manic, drunken stupor, and I remember it clearly as a bell. My brother had to pick me up from school because I was in this drunken, laughy giddy type of behavior, and it just was driving me fucking insane. I would be honest with you, the reaction, it didn't bother me that much. Well, the doctor likewise suggested I need to try a different drug, so then he put me on another drug, which was Depakote, which surprisingly, I've tried that again, and I didn't have the greatest results, but anyway, I ended up fainting the first day, and blah, 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 off of that. Then I was on another drug when I was at the University of Minnesota Fairview. They had me on a different type of drug, which was Wellbutrin. I think a lot of people who take Wellbutrin they sometimes take it to help suppress their appetite to smoke. I was never a smoker, but I took it, just to help regulate my mood. Well, as an anxious folk as I am, I might be I might sound enunciative, or I might have um, a very sound, intelligent structure to my life. Well, a lot of that stress in general, when it comes to the normal real reality, or let's say the reality, where it comes to adapting and shit, I just couldn't handle it or something. I don't know. Well, Butrin was all right, but every time that I was at work, I was always panicking at this office job I had, and it stressed the piss out of me. I had a girlfriend at the time that we decided to just randomly go visit 18 hours away. And to be honest with you, that experience left me miserable, because that started a different phase to my life, which was even worse than what it was now. I could clearly remember I came home, and like maybe 2 weeks after, I just ended up in a really bad stupor or state where I just said, fuck it, I'm hanging up a goddamn rope. I feel like fucking shit. It's time to end my life because I'm fucking miserable. Well, ended up becoming a phase where I had this psychotic phase, okay? I was actually diagnosed psychosis NOS, or not otherwise specified, or whatever that acronym means. That's was what ended up happening to my very life at that point. Um, so that started a whole. I was actually in the hospital for 2 weeks or so and stuff like that. So I ended up in the hospital, okay, and they put me on Seroquel at the time. And I can remember, 2 weeks down the line, it was on a week after that. Well, I ended up having a dystonic reaction, or catonic. I don't know. I can't remember the difference between them two, but I ended up in this stupor where I was trying to get to, um, trying to get to a different state, a mental state of being healthy. Okay, to stop this, this, this problem which I was having, which was my severe sleep problem, which I still actually have now, but it's not as severe. Um, but it's supposed to help control the psychotic feelings that I was having, the hallucinations, the fear of people. I will never ever get over my fear of people. To be honest with you, I find people really irritating, annoying. Doesn't matter if I like you or not. If I like you, then I don't like the rest of the population. End of story. It just, some reason I get like that, and I flatline where I get, I almost feel like I can only like one person in the world, just like stress the hell out of me. And it's almost like if I'm not around that one person, then the world around me will greatly more aggravate me. I still have this aggravation a lot. I feel like even with my family, the aggravation is still there. Anyway, so Seroquel. Well, the catonic reaction that I had, I ended up in the ER because I had some issue where I just couldn't move, and I just was really drunk, stupor, something like that. But I guess according to the doctor at the which weren't actually doctors, they were more residents. They weren't, certified. But anyway, they put me on a different drug, which was Geodon. Well, that was the worst hell I've ever been, because the experience with the holidays just really stressed me out. Trying to live a normal life stressed the piss out of me. I know I'm not normal now. I'm not. Clearly, I'm not fucking normal. I would not be making old videos that just describe my hate and distaste for drugs at the time. But clearly, I needed something to help keep me more rounded, keep my tone even tempered and stuff. But, anyways, let's get back to that. Geodon, I was on like 60 milligrams. I don't know. I think it's 60 milligrams. I could be wrong. But that stuff ended up making me have like this. It was such a painful reaction that I can't remember it. But I ended up like in this freezing type of state, severely neurotic, severely suicidal. I remember just caving down. I couldn't move every time at 6 o'clock. Every time at 6 o'clock, I would collapse. My body would just collapse. It would collapse because I'd get this feeling where the world is just caving. In the self-destruction, I was a time bomb ticking away. I didn't explain that to my psychiatrist, but literally, I was suffering to the point that I just wanted to fucking kill myself then and there. If I could slice my throat, I would have done it. But anyways, it's almost, you can't, because you get so feeble-minded, and that's what happens. So you just ended up like that. So that shit didn't do that well. Well, after Seroquel and Geodon, then I tried another drug called Abilify, which like akathisia, man. Akathisia is one of the worst things that you can experience when you're on antipsychotics. Is you just want to move, okay? Your body just wants to move. It just wants to move, but you fucking can't. You know why? Because when you fucking can't move, but you feel like you had to fucking move and you can't do nothing about it, it's one of the most stressful and one of the most intensely painful situations you ever can put yourself through. Now, it's great that most people don't experience that, but when you feel like, it's almost like this. You sit, let's say, you sit on a chair, all right? But you always have to fucking move your legs. It's like, it's ingrained in your mind. You gotta fucking keep moving. You know what? Because if you don't get up and move, you're gonna fucking experience the worst pain situation ever. Because if you don't move, it's like you're moving with your legs cut off, pretty much. You know, something that just making you want to move and pace, because that's what akathisia is. It literally bites you in the fucking face. Okay, it pretty much teases your legs, like saying you gotta fucking move. If you don't fucking move. You might as well just fucking kill yourself. No, it's true. People have actually killed themselves while having akathisia. I don't know anyone about that, but according to psychiatrists, they said that people that were on it did experience issues where they ended up feeling like they had to move and stuff. Anyway, story aside, I couldn't stand that drug. So after Seroquel, Geodon, Abilify, then I went on to a different drug called Risperdal. Well, I was on that for a good, year and stuff, which was remarkable because I normally can't tolerate antipsychotics. Well, I was in college and shit. Well, it didn't help it because I don't like people, and when you don't like people and they stress you out and you don't want to fucking relate to people, and it fucking makes you go whack, it makes you go whack because like you're in college and you're sitting there and the akathisia still happens, and they say, well, you got to take your propranolol. Oh, you gotta take your propranolol, and you gotta take your whatever maybe you can take, the propranolol's not working, which is actually a beta blocker, according to people that have akathisia. That's what they're given, and that's the gold standard drug when they take that propranolol. But when they take that fucking propranolol, I'm ugly, and so the fuck are you? Work, so that propranolol just doesn't fucking work.
I don't care.
Out of here.
No.
But I mean, that propranolol doesn't work. Then they say, oh, well, you got to take like another benzo, okay?
Yeah, you got
to take a benzo. What benzo have I taken?
Benzodol.
What the fuck was that benzo I taken? I don't remember. What are the
Benzodiazepine.
What's the benzo? What's one of them?
Klonopin.
Klonopin. Well, no, there's not
Xanax.
No, a different one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a different benzo. It was a different fast-acting benzo. What was it? A benzodiazepine.
Who cares? It's
Klonopin, Clonidine, whatever the fuck. I took both of those. Klonopin, Clonidine. I'm now on Zyprexa or whatever not Zyprexa. Excuse me. I was on that, but I'm actually on.
Lithium.
No. What is that? What is that fucking drug I'm on right now? I'm on the Xanax right now, but there's another benzo that I can't remember, and it's Ativan. Okay, the Ativan, but that shit just doesn't work, man. That Risperdal just did not work.
Short releasing, though.
It was short releasing. I feel much relief. I just want to kill myself on that. Well, anyways, it was Seroquel, Geodon, Abilify, Risperdal. Then I said, oh, let's try this different drug, okay? There's a different drug that's better for me, okay? Which is, let's try more antipsychotics. By the way, I've been on 7 different antipsychotics. So let's try that other antipsychotic, which is, let's see what the hell it was at. So it was
Abilify.
Seroquel, Geodon, Abilify, Risperdal, Invega. Now, that's supposed to be better. That was supposed to be like I think Invega was supposed to be a refound, slower reacting drug to Risperdal, but it really it wasn't. Invega was just like akathisia hell. You just want to grind your fucking legs.
You want to grind your fucking gears.
Because you gotta fucking move!
I gotta fucking move,
You know what? Because if you don't fucking move, then you want to fucking kill yourself. And just leave and burst out of this fucking house
and you
like no tomorrow.
And you want to be aborted forever.
Yeah, you just want to be that aborted fetus, but you can't possibly do it.
And live between heaven and hell.
So you get on that. So it was Seroquel, Geodon, Abilify, Risperdal, and Invega. Then I tried Zyprexa. That was my second hospital.
Wow.
I was back on the Risperdal, but I couldn't fucking take it no more.
Couldn't take it no more.
So I couldn't take life because I wanted to drive off. I wanted to drive off a cliff and kill myself because once again I was in school and I got irritated with people I can't relate to. I fucking hate. It's just like I hate people.
Like
That's-
a mudkip.
That's what autism does to you.
Fuck
It makes
you
you say,
people.
"Fuck you, people." I don't know why.
But that's not their fault.
That's how you feel inside. Like deep down, you just sit here and just do this. But in reality, you're like, "Fuck you, people. I can't relate to you. It stresses me out."
I'm self-absorbed.
And I'm
selfish.
self-absorbed. I'm
I don't
narcissistic and shit like that. So things like that went how.
I'm
Was
an
like Prexa.
asshole, I don't care.
I was sleeping like 10 hours when I was in
Oh.
that bedroom.
Mhm.
I was
Like a
literally a
Jigglypuff.
zombie.
It's
Jigglypuff sleeps all the time. That's it. Snorlax sleeps all the
Snorlax.
time. That's it.
Terrible.
That shit makes you eat. Well, then that didn't work, so I went to closet rule. Well, I even slept longer. I slept like 16. I was sleeping like
What the fuck is wrong with
16
you?
hours at the
Who
hospital.
sleeps 16 hours
And I
every
was like,
day?
fuck that shit.
It's terrible.
And that thing just didn't work, man. It was just
Don't work.
stress.
Don't
So then they
work.
tried Seroquel, then I went back to school and wanted to do this and that. That's the thing. I've been to 7 different schools as well. 7 different schools, managing to get a bachelor's degree. But all of I can really
7
honestly do
different majors.
function. All I
8
can really
different
function
majors.
about life is just
You couldn't function.
I can't.
You only
I'm mutable.
dysfunctions.
I'm a child. I'm narcissistic.
You're a baby. You're one, Brian.
Yes, I'm one, Brian. I'm one. You want to know why I'm one? Because I fucking said so.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the issue with me is that like life challenges you on that. Okay, 7 different narcotics. Let me repeat. Seroquel. Can you repeat it? Seroquel. Repeat it. Repeat it.
Seroquel,
Geodon.
Geodon,
Risperdal.
Risperidol,
Invega.
Invegan,
Ris
Clonopin,
or wait,
Abilify.
Abilify. Risperdal.
Abilify,
Seroquel, Geodon, Abilify, Risperdal,
Invega,
Invega.
Geodon.
So I practiced in
kills
closet.
me like
Anyway,
a
okay, so that ended that phase. Okay,
Terrible.
still back in the fucking hospital. Well, I decided to try a different drug. Okay.
You
I
talked to
tried
the
a different
autistics
drug.
there. They
Is the-
told them you
They,
need to be
they
on
say,
it.
well, let's try the gabapentin and shit.
Gabapentin.
Well, that
Yeah,
made me
Gabby.
akathisia and
Yeah,
shit.
they gave him akathisia.
That
How
fucking
is that
akathisia
terrible?
makes you want to
It
move.
makes you want to move.
It's
all the
not
time.
fucking comfortable
Like Sonic
at
the
all.
Hedgehog.
That shit
It's
doesn't make
terrible.
you comfortable. It just makes you irritated as
Makes
shit.
you irritate all the time.
You seriously, you just want to hang your legs upside
you just
down
wanna hang
and
yourself.
cut them off.
Hang yourself from a.
That's that
from a-
feeling,
Hang yourself
you know?
from a light fixture.
That's the problem with life, is that they give you these drugs, they think it happens. So I know that shit don't work either.
Those psychiatrists tell me
That
to get
didn't
a
work.
job, but they
That
don't realize how
gabapentin
that's
didn't work.
that's
That
not a
that
problem solver. Because I'm
gabapentin-
gonna end up going
that
unstable
gabapentin
anyway.
didn't work, okay?
Yeah,
It
what
made
the
me
fuck is
miserable.
wrong with you?
So that
That's
gabapentin
terrible.
didn't
That's
work.
terrible.
So then they decided to put me on a different drug, which is, by the way, they're residents still. They're not really
residents.
doctors.
Yeah, that they're learning.
And
They're
I wasn't.
learning.
I was never really emotionally.
I'm
That's the thing.
learning.
I'm not emotionally controlled at all. When I'm irritated, I just feel it.
He's just a
You
child.
know, I'm just like Katie Harrington. She feels like this.
She's an autistic.
That's what they do, man.
Would you like some medicine?
But that's what they do, man. They can't do nothing. So, anyways,
he
that
sleeps all
I don't know what that
8 hours.
Neurontin or that gabapentin, but it didn't work. Okay.
He cries. all
Then
the
they tried
time.
Remeron. Well, I was at mom's house and I wanted to kill myself
Remeron
again
made one of
because the
his
depression
die
hurts.
Because the depression
And that's what
made him
happens.
hurt.
So that made it worse and
And he
stuff.
cries all
Then-
the time because it's
Then
just
I
something
just
to
was on
deny.
not on. I was not on drugs for a while.
No.
Okay.
And he stopped
And I
drugs and he
stopped
did
them
jobs.
for a good year, and then.
And he failed
Oh
jobs
shit!
and
I had a
tried to Nancy
girlfriend,
in the- in
and
the-
then
in the
oh
tub
shit!
at
Now I'm
mom's
getting more
house.
unstable. I'm getting more
Annoys
unstable. All
Now
right.
what? He's just
Because I'm
like
getting
lightning.
obsessive.
He's
I'm
like
getting
God
the
of
point
War.
that you are with me 100%,
You are with him 100%. Yes, you are.
or I can't tolerate you ever in my entire life.
Get out of here.
that's-
Get out of
happens.
here. I
Okay?
don't care about you, Bill Clinton.
What does that have to do with anything? He's not in this issue. I don't like it. It's just stupid. Don't throw shit like that. This is serious video.
This is very serious. You take it
So
serious,
anyway,
people.
I was on off drugs for a while, and you know, there's a whole bunch of other drugs in there that I remembered like being on while simultaneously on other drugs. Like I tried Ambien. Well, that's the thing, the sensory issue. My Aspergers. I have Aspergers, and I fucking hate it when people are in my life. I hate it.
Get out of here.
What am I
people.
supposed to say? You make me uncomfortable.
You make me uncomfortable.
Because
Terrible.
of the Aspergers, okay?
Make me
I got that
uncomfortable,
fucking
like the needles.
Aspergers, and I don't want.
Terrible.
It's hard to relate to people. I don't care if I
hard to
like
relate.
you. I don't care if I'm
I like-
attracted to
I
you.
don't care if I'm
You make me irritated because I don't
irritated.
like you. You make me
Sexually
uncomfortable.
stimulated. I don't like it.
That's nice. I need porn to myself. Okay.
Let me masturbate by myself.
Let me masturbate
That's-
by
that's so
myself.
disrespectful.
And that's disrespectful.
You're in my bubble in space. You're
So
popping
this
my
is
bubble.
the problem
I can't
with that.
breathe.
That just didn't work.
You use bubble on me and it slows
The
me down.
Ambien, I was on
Terrible.
Trazodone,
Yeah,
Ambien,
Travestone.
I was on Lunesta. That shit just gave me
The
eye
Lunesta
strain.
made me sleep.
It just made you feel like, oh fuck, it's time to put the shades on because I'm fucking irritated.
But then I
as
can't
fuck.
see inside.
But how the
Everything
fuck?
in the world's black because I'm wearing sunglasses.
How the
That's
fuck?
terrible.
Seriously.
When everything in
How
the world is
the
black.
flying fuck can I enjoy my life while wearing sunglasses? I don't.
How the fuck can you?
I don't.
No, you
That's
don't.
not fucking fair.
That's not fair. It's terrible.
That's what happens when you have Asperger's. The sensory
Yeah,
issue
you have
just
Asperger's.
drive you mad.
Drives you insane.
And then you just want to bitch at people because
No,
you know that
they
they make your moods worse.
And they don't care about you. They just laugh.
I don't care if they care about me. I don't care about them, and that's how the Asperger's work. Everything
now
everything just falls apart after that, you know.
It does. Very
And
true.
you just want to die.
You just want to die because of Bill.
Because you become hopeless because you realize you don't know how to connect with people, but when you try, it makes you irritated.
Barney
Well,
just died.
You know, one day I'll hold a 40-hour week or a 40-hour job.
You never will.
But if I feel this much,
I
when
can't.
it comes to trying to do
I
shit with
can't
my
even-
life,
I just do
it
nothing
doesn't
in my
help.
life because the energy is
You know?
out of me. It sucks me dry.
When you have Asperger's, you can't. You have sensory issues. You lack the ability to socially connect with others because
It's
you
great.
can't. It's
You
the
can't integrate.
Asperger's.
You just get punched in the face. Ask them
You
if they
know?
like butt sex.
And that shit doesn't happen. Look what happened. Kyle randomly said a stupid line because he has Asperger's, and he got punched in
I'm
the
not
face by
comfortable
some
with
Asian
people.
dude.
I'm not fucking comfortable with people. Do you know how it feels to be uncomfortable all the time and sitting in your own fucking shit? No!
You know, we're actually kind of just over analyzing and like
Analyzing.
we're just
It's like your butt fucked
we're
every
basically
day.
we're basically, you know, we're being sarcastic here, but at the same time we're
It's
being
truth.
truthful because that's how we feel.
Honest.
That we're just more mute basically.
Very mute.
Sometimes I really
can't hold a
I
girlfriend,
can't
you
even
can't
I
have a
can't even
relationship,
tolerate
can't have a
Kyle
job.
sometimes because of the
I have to suffer
Asperger's, you know.
for it. It's
I just want to
terrible.
punch him in the fucking face.
He wants me to die.
Because all he wants to fucking do is watch
Terrible.
TV and
Play
shit.
video
That's
games
fucking
and play
not
with
right.
rabbits.
Fuck that shit.
I'm
But
just a freeloader
sometimes
on
when I play
society,
with
but what can
rabbits,
you do?
sometimes when I play with rabbits, I get irritated because of
And I
sensory
want to
issues.
fucking kill him. That's terrible.
Anyway, okay, so that started
And I
me
wanna eat
on a
'em.
different drug because I got on lithium because I was up and down, up
Yeah.
and down, up and
terrible.
down, all around. It's so fun, okay? But it's not.
It's not.
That up and down just
It's not a
I might
roller
be more
coaster.
stable now because of that lithium
It's
and
not
that mood
Camp
stabilizer.
Snoopy anymore. It's
And
not
by the way,
Valley Fair.
I ended up
It's
in the
not
hospital
Six
again
Flags.
because I was put
It's
on
666
Depakote. I ended up in the ER again because I was put on
Yeah.
Depakote.
Terrible.
I was put on Depakote, okay? I was put on Depakote, and
And he put
I
on
ended
the
up
cold.
having like a reaction where I just couldn't fucking breathe. You just couldn't fucking breathe.
And you had to go to
And
the
that's
ER.
a problem, man. I had to go to the ER, and I cried to mommy Nancy because I was feeling like shit.
Wow.
All right. Then I ended up on lithium, and miraculously it's working all right. But I'm really kind of a gloomy
feel
clown
nothing.
who wants to say fuck you. I'm a
I feel
goddamn
nothing in
clown.
my
And
life.
when I want a fucking job, it's like I don't care because I'm a gloomy clown. So I want to say fuck you. I got a frown, okay? I just don't fucking care.
Let's put a smile on that.
So how do you put a smile on that face when you're like a
If you
gloomy
can't.
clown? You can't.
You're
Say
like the
fuck
scarecrow.
that shit, okay? Anyway. So that also led to other antidepressants, which let's lead back to my original state, which was I was actually originally on Lexapro and Zoloft, but miraculously they made me feel good, but only because I was irritated, okay? I got so fucking irritated, okay? I got so fucking irritated
man.
that the only way I could deal with life, really, the only way I could deal with life,
Does
really,
not deal with it.
was to just get off it because I couldn't stand it. It was making me feel
You
worse.
had to get off it.
Because it's just, I was
Just
basically,
like Michael Jackson.
I was basically feeling like I had to be homeless in a tent because the sensory issues were making it worse. All right.
I gotta be homeless.
The autism. I know how
gotta
Katie
be homeless.
Carrington feels. It's like the autism. It hurts you because the sensory issues give you fucking problems.
And it makes Link cry.
And I made Link cry, my other friend, because that's what happens when you get so involved in someone.
And
You
David
just want to
tells
say,
him that you need to take some marijuana.
well, that's the thing.
Smoke a joint.
He says I need a joint and marijuana and a smoke a bola, but you know.
Mom and dad want him to go to the dentist.
But I don't go to the dentist. I hate going out. I hate fucking like.
It's terrible.
You know what was that one thing? She wanted me to go to the dentist before, and what
Get
else?
your blood test.
My blood test, and that was a
blood drawn.
fucking misery hellhole. You know, that's not fair.
It's not fair to live.
When
this
you
life.
feel like it's not fair
fair.
because you know you're irritated, but you got no other choice. So that lets me where I'm at today,
Childhood
Lithium.
acceptance.
And by the way, I experienced sensory processing disorders. I got to the point where I avoid my own family, I avoid work, I avoid therapy,
Maybe I'm the one.
because I feel like all I'm doing is
I'm
bitching. So I
so
might as well bitch to the
ugly.
public
That's
on my goddamn
okay,
computer
'cause
instead.
So are you.
So that's what happens with
in
life.
my head.
Kyle wants nothing
I'm
with
so
his life.
ugly. That's okay, 'cause
But he's
so
just got
are
nothing.
You.
But like you just want to
I'm a
feel,
nothing man.
you almost feel like you're in an asylum and you live a lie.
Don't make me live in an asylum. I am alive.
Don't make me live in an asylum.
Don't
I'm
make
living
me
a
live in an
lie. That's how you
asylum.
fucking
I am
feel.
alive.
That's how you feel.
The indulgence of our lives. The infection must
The
die.
infection must die. Well, that's the truth. Because the infection will always be an infection. You
You're
can't
like Kanye
properly,
West.
you
know what
can't
Kanye
properly
West
fix
did?
it.
Kanye West.
Because the infection must
West
die.
had sex with Kim Kardashian.
No, we'll never survive. The infection must die. And that's how I feel. Because there's a constant fucking infection.
We will be
That infection just wants to make you
saved.
just, it just makes you do this. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
deal
terrible.
with it.
Can't deal with it. It's terrible.
So anyway, that ends the story of the mood disorder.
Yep. That's 30
The sensory
minutes of my
issues,
life. Draw my life.
the sensory issues just make you not tolerate
terrible.
people, and the only way to survive is to avoid them. But at the same time, the resolution is that the frustration is always there
To
because
let
the
it out.
Aspergers, you got no
Asparagus.
choice.
The asparagus
Yes,
is like a food.
the
that
Aspergers,
you lack.
no matter how much you want to eat burgers, you can't.
You can't eat burgers.
Because you
but
feel
you're hungry.
you
want
feel
Bob's
poor and
Burgers.
shit. You feel
want
poor
to eat
and
Bob's
shit.
Burgers, but then you can't eat because you're guilty.
Because it's like you're guilty of the way you
But
live your
then you
life
feel
when all you
guilty
do
and
is
can't
watch
change it.
TV
You
and
can't
shit.
appreciate and teach
And-
and treat other people like shit.
And so
Terrible.
that's just the Aspergers, man. It hurts you
It
inside.
hurts you inside. There's nothing you can
The
do
sensory issues
about it.
just
The sensory issues
make
that
you
don't
put
go
shit on
away.
there.
You just want to lay in bed all
Yeah.
day, but then you can't have to do
It's like
something
you have
in
to like
line,
yell at
but you have
things
to yell
or
at the
avoid
world
them
get
to avoid
world,
the
and then it's
awkward
terrible.
shyness, and it's just irritating.
It's terrible.
So,
Mhm.
anyways, that's like about a good almost 30 minutes.
I hope you went through it all.
I did because I think I understand it because now I think
Ingredients
now
of
I
that.
understand that the Asperger's has negatively affected my life.
Destroyed
But how
me.
can I fix it? How do I
has
fix the
destroyed
Asperger's?
me.
It had destroyed me because the meds
I'm
make it
isolated,
more
I'm lonely,
the
hurts inside.
the Asperger's make it much worse on my life because literally I feel like I had to pocket myself
Yeah, you have
because
to
of the
pocket
sensory
yourself. It's
issues
terrible.
with my ears and sound, and it affects me to do music properly. I can't do that. So that just says fuck that shit.
Because the
You know,
sensory issues are
Because the
terrible.
sensory issues
I
always
can't do
affect
anything
it.
in my life.
So that's the awkwardness, man. It makes you feel uncomfortable to hold a job. It makes you feel uncomfortable
life's
on people
terrible.
in your life, and that's what happens.
That
So,
you are shit and you become
I'm
the
here
shit,
to
and
advocate.
that's why you shit outside.
I'm here to advocate misery for people that have Asperger's because it's miserable.
You don't have Asperger's, you just have bipolar.
Well, whatever. Okay, I might have bipolar or Asperger's or sleep insomnia or whatever the hell it is, sleep disorder. But I can tell you one thing.
Psychosis, NOS.
I can tell you one thing: the lack of feeling anything, the
Sucks.
apathy sucks because literally, most people go and grind day in day out on their jobs, feeling like, ugh, I don't want that feeling. I don't, because that part of that lack of release inhibits my ability to contend and perform to the needs that I feel that will ultimately satisfy me, which is largely the lack of the fucking eye strain, the
It hurts. I can't
the
do
sensory
piano
problems with
anymore.
my ears.
I
It's just
can't do
like
music
loud
anymore.
noises hurt.
It hurts.
The bright lights hurt.
It's terrible.
Sometimes when I can't even go outside because the lights hurt because of the mood.
Yeah. And then we
So,
blog about our life.
all right, why don't you give like 2 more minutes? We'll make this 30 minutes. You give 2 minutes about your life and how bipolar.
Well, my life is
the
terrible.
drugs. The drugs.
It's more the fact that I have to live with the bipolar. I still think you have to live your life as worse as you can by not giving a fuck. I'm fine not caring about people.
Well, that's the thing. He should care.
Why
It
should
makes
I
my
feel
mood
guilty
irritating.
about how I live my life if I want to live the easiest life possible? But yeah, I went on that Nvaga and I realized, wow, do I care? No. I'm just fine not caring, just sleeping, watching Netflix, playing games. I let go of the anger agents because I don't really feel like it gets anywhere because you weren't giving us money or views.
But that's the
so
thing.
it's your
We're
fault.
trying to be
It's
more-
your fault
But
that
we're
you
just-
didn't give us money.
But we're
and
just being more.
views.
I am being more professional about this, and that's why I'm starting this vlog because I feel it's important to
Where are you putting
kind of get
some
my
real
thoughts
G or
across.
mono pork?
Just mono pork.
Yeah, and this is reality, folks, and I have to live with
We
this
can't
every
get.
day.
How are we
You
supposed to
should
get?
feel bad.
How
for
am I
me.
supposed to get motivated throughout the day if
terrible.
I have sensory issues? All I can do is like recuperate.
It's terrible.
And lock
And I
myself
cry
in.
and saying that one of us has to die to live a happy life because one of us has to sacrifice.
I'm
his
not even
happiness
comfortable
for
getting a
each
part-time
other.
job with my friend because of the Aspergers. You know, it just makes you feel like that's
This
what
is
you
a
gotta
terrible
do.
human being.
Whatever.
And there's not much you can do with life. You gotta sometimes you gotta push it through, but you can't push it through. But so you
it's
just
the-
sleep.
the-
But what's the point of
blocks
getting
it.
all intense if you don't have stability? So that's why you're dating an autistic.
Yeah, because in reality, it kind of it actually it dampens my mood a lot. I mean,
That's good.
whether it's a sack of potatoes or
I am a
not,
sack
I
of
still have to
potatoes.
deal with him or her.
Mhm.
So, largely speaking, metaphorically speaking, in the sense it's no.
Yep.
Metaphorically, I know that I still have
Metaphorically,
issues.
psychotically.
Metaphorically,
don't care.
I have Aspergers, and
And so do you.
and no, it's not. I have Aspergers, so what the
And
fuck?
I can't do music anymore.
I have
You guys-
Aspergers.
You guys need to listen to us
I
rather
have
than-
Aspergers.
and not listen.
So what do I do?
You should feel guilty.
And that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Goodbye.